Let's talk heavyweights, shall we? I want to give my top five heavyweights. I'm sure I'll make some people mad with this one. Forgive me for looking off the screen every once in a while because I have my rankings up here on the computer screen. But let's get right to it. Let's start with number five, Tyson Fury. Now, I know I'm going to get it from both sides here. Oh, you have Fury too low. He's one of the top three heavyweights in the world. Oh, you have Fury too high. I don't have Fury in my top 10 because he hasn't fought anybody recently. I get it both ways. I get it. The reason I have Fury number five is because of the talent, even though he's only fought, he's been more active recently, but against not so good opposition. And he took a almost 3 year layoff hiatus from the big win against Klitschko. The reason I would have him in the rankings at number five is because he's still the man who beat the man. All right, he beat Klitschko when Klitschko was on that 12-year tear. He was the first one to beat Klitschko before Anthony Joshua did it. So having five there and due to his talent as well. And look, if he beats Deontay Wilder, if they go through with this fight and he beats him, look, he shoots up to number one on my rankings. All right, so Fury has that shot of regaining the heavyweight champion. He's still the guy who beat the guy. But the reason I have him lower than that top three, even though I think he's one of those top three heavyweights in the world, is because of the inactivity recently in the past 3 years. And the two guys he's fought, not good opposition, but he has a chance to erase all of that if he beats Deontay Wilder and become the heavyweight champion of the world in my book. Anyway, so Tyson Fury is right there, and he's one of those guys, if he puts it together again, he's arguably the best heavyweight in the world. So I have him at number five. Number four, I have Povetkin. I went back and forth with Povetkin and Ortiz here. Povetkin has a shot September 22nd against Joshua. So he can move up in those rankings as well. I just like the fact that these guys are fighting each other in the top five. If they go through with Wilder and Fury, and if they go through, if this Joshua versus Povetkin fight, which we're less than a month away, that's going to happen. Stuff's going to start happening there. I fully expect Joshua to win that fight, but Povetkin has a shot here, moving up those rankings. Number three, I got Actually, I have Povetkin number three, Luis Ortiz number four. I'm sorry. Luis Ortiz, just coming off of a comeback victory, KO victory, round two on July 28th. I'm interested to see if he stays active, if he fights again soon. Hopefully they keep him active. But look, there's no shame in losing to Deontay Wilder, especially in the way he did it. He was this close to winning that fight, man. This close. All right, so Ortiz showed out in that fight. That was a great, great, great heavyweight fight. Came up that short against Deontay Wilder, so I'm just not going to drop him low in my rankings just off of that loss. All right, so I still have him in the top five. I have him at number four, Povetkin at number three. At number two, I have Joshua. The reason I have Anthony Joshua, there's several reasons I have him at number two. Number one, he looked stiff against Joseph Parker, man. He looked stiff in that fight. I didn't like how he looked in that fight. However, he did have the big win against Klitschko, although that was sort of sloppy seconds after the Tyson Fury fight. But it was a more exciting fight than the Tyson Fury fight. The reason it was more exciting is because Klitschko had moments in that fight that he didn't have against Fury. Fury, to be honest, never had any sort of problems, never looked uncomfortable against Klitschko. Joshua did at times, but still won the fight and won it impressively. I have him number two behind Deontay Wilder, just because I thought that Luis Ortiz performance from Wilder was great, and he's behaving. Look, it's in this case, in this instance, is as much as what's happening outside the ring as inside the ring. How these guys are behaving. Deontay Wilder is behaving like the heavyweight champion of the world. He wants to fight the top guys, and we saw it when Wilder and Joshua were negotiating. Wilder's team wanted that fight. Joshua's team did not want that fight. And I'm not saying Joshua doesn't want to fight Wilder. I'm saying his team does not want to fight Wilder right now. For whatever reason. You say business. You say they're a little afraid. I don't know. I can't read their minds. But Wilder wanted to fight. Joshua didn't. So for that reason, amongst many other reasons, you have to have a heavyweight champion who wants to fight all comers. no matter what the time is or whatever. And Wilder wanted that fight. All right, so Wilder didn't have to fight Ortiz after the failed drug test of Ortiz. He didn't have to go after the Joshua fight. He was willing to fight Joshua overseas. And he didn't have to fight Tyson Fury now. He wants the Tyson Fury fight as well. So for that reason, mainly, Wilder is behaving like the heavyweight champion. That's why I have him as the heavyweight champion in my household. So I got Wilder 1, Joshua 2, Povetkin 3, Ortiz 4, Fury 5. All right, and Fury, it's weird with Fury, I know, but rankings are rankings. He's got to work his way back up. But if he wins against Wilder, he's number one in my book, because that would be just an impressive for him to beat Klitschko and then beat Wilder, bookend there, and be back active again. That would be impressive. And there's no doubt, man, it's a three-headed monster at the heavyweight division right now. Hopefully they get things worked out this next year. It's Wilder, it's Joshua, and it's Fury. That's the three-headed monster there. And I fully expect that to be the picture and for this to get worked out in the next year. Let me know what y'all think about the heavyweight rankings. Peace.